Hi, my name's Vicky McKinnon, and I've been testing out FulGaz, which is an indoor training app for the last few months. The best thing about FulGaz is that it's got over 1,500 routes that have been uploaded by members of the community. So it really feels like you are in an immersive experience, and you can really appreciate the surroundings of the ride. I even found a route that was really close to my hometown, which I know sounds ironic because I could easily access doing that route, but it was really nice to be able to be on an indoor training app looking at countryside that I regularly ride past. I thought that was a good novelty. I think that the other really good thing about the fact that there's such a wide range of routes and that they're all routes that are being uploaded by the community is that they also include routes on races, particularly including Ironman races. So if you've got a race booked to do an Ironman, particularly abroad, and you know that you're not going to have an opportunity to recce it, it's a really, really great opportunity to go and be able to ride around the route virtually and get a feel for it and really get to know it. And you can do it as often as you want without kind of any additional expense of having to go out there, etc. So I thought that was brilliant. And there's just so many different routes to choose from, with a real difference in range of distance and therefore duration. So there's something for everyone. The one downside is that when you finish a route, the session ends. So you have to sort of get off your bike, find another route and get that going. You can't just kind of go back to the beginning and restart that route. So in comparison to Zwift, when you finish your route, you just carry on riding and follow the route, and then you could start making choices as to which direction you go. At the end of a route that you've picked to follow on FulGaz, your ride just ends. So my first impressions were really, really impressed. The dashboard looked really good. There looked like there was loads of stuff to do, and it all appeared really clear. And like I say, there was just tons and tons of rides to pick from. So I really couldn't wait to get started. It was really easy to download the app on both my laptop and my iPhone, and I registered on FulGaz.com. So you can sync your profile with Strava, so then it gets uploaded. The downside for me, as a in comparison to Zwift, is the data gets uploaded, but there's no sort of screenshot unless you uploaded it yourself. So I know that happens automatically on Zwift, but it doesn't happen on FulGaz. So I linked my Tac Smart Trainer via the Bluetooth to FulGaz, and it seemed to work most of the time. I did have some connection issues, but that equally could be my broadband. I also tried it with an Amp Plus stick, which for me didn't work quite as well. But like I say, it could be down to my broadband. And once it was set up, it is just off we go, really. You can also, apart from just following a route, you can also follow a training session, and using a smart trainer will automatically get harder as the rep gets harder. So when you are on a ride, like I said, what really good thing is that the scenery goes past you, and you have a really good look around the environment that you're in. A downside, I would say, is that the video of the route goes at the speed of the rider that's uploaded it. So if you were to stop pedaling for whatever reason, maybe you're doing a workout whilst following a route, and you stop pedaling, and because you're on an interval, a rest interval, your bike doesn't slow down. You just carry on going. So it's less immersive in that respect. So you don't really feel like you were there. Because if you do stop pedaling on Zwift, the bike, unless you're going downhill, the bike will eventually stop. But on here, you just carry on as you are the rider that's filming it. But you can definitely really imagine that you are on the ride, and you sort of, I guess, feel the corners, and feel the hill, etc. So I'm going to just share my screen and show a picture of what the screen looks like. So you've got a really good picture of the scenery, and then at the bottom is the black box with all the data on it. So this picture is taken of just following a route. And what I found a bit frustrating was at the very top, there is a white line which shows your progress along the route and also shows the gradient. But for me, it was really difficult to see that white line. It kind of blended in with the sky on most of the videos. So I think a really easy improvement would make that line a lot thicker, and perhaps in yellow or something a bit more stand out to make it easier to see. And I'm going to just share another screen with you, which is this screen that you'd see when you are doing a training session. So if you picked a workout, then you get along the bottom this graph which shows you the intensity you need to work at. So the kind of bar chart, obviously, when you're working harder, the lines are higher. But again, a really easy win for me would be to move the black box. There's a little black box which sort of sits on top of the graph to indicate the watts that you're going at. And for me, that covered the what was coming next. So you can see that the shade of blue changes at the bottom to show your progress. But for me, it blocked out what was coming next. So I didn't know if the next rep was going to be long or short or hard or easy. So I like to mentally prepare. So I would have preferred to have that box away from where the graph is. So my recommendation would be to move that small black box, which currently is in the graph, where the bigger black box is, and move all that data in the bigger black box over to one side and maybe have it vertical instead of horizontal. So I really enjoyed my trial of FulGaz, and I would recommend it. And I think that the biggest win for me is the opportunity to ride some routes, particularly if you've got a big race abroad and you're never going to get a chance to recce it otherwise. I think that for me was the biggest win. So yeah, I recommend giving it a go.